each of those three are the only ways to get into the actual sectors where most of the items are. And it looks like the countdown is going down, so we are about to start. Both players going through the intro text, which basically explains what they need to do in order to actually complete the game. They need to find the items Missiles, Plasma Beam, and Charge Beam, as these are the items required in order to defeat the SAX and the Omega Metroid at the end of the game.
Fusion!
Yeah, now we have Jaeger G here joining that commentary.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. The previous tournament happened, or the previous match happened.
No worries. Glad you were able to join us. We are just starting.
Yeah.
I actually had one more thing to explain about clearing the game. Is also opening red doors, the level 4 locks, which requires a number of items on its own. So even if they get the 3 items I mentioned before early on, that's still not going to be enough to go straight to the end. And it looks like we have Speed Booster to start. This is a rather common starting item overall. From here, both players are going to have to make their way to the elevators so they can go to the main sectors.
I like the speed booster starts, but this is a novelty that is starting to become really commonplace now.
Yeah, it is a decently common starting item of the 3, but when you have 3 to begin with, you gotta expect to see it often. Both players making their way through. Flipside getting through, and Metroid MST getting through.
Nice. It's very easy to mess up. A lot of players in the tournament have been losing quite a bit of time having to go all the way back.
Yeah, I did see in chat somebody mentioning the Sector 1 Spark, which for this tournament is not in logic to have to do that. They are able to choose to do that, but it is not meant to be a requirement by any circumstances. Which both players go in the same direction. Going to Sector 2 is a very safe place to go. And we've already got a small change in routing, but one going for an item early on, the other using the speed booster to claim the shortcut to get to the security room faster. Coming here early to get the security lock is a very common starting play. This is partly due to opening up sectors 3 and 4 for additional potential item checks.
Yeah, so we have one E-Tank on Flipside's side, and MST seems is just getting theirs right now. This is potentially important for potential required damage later on.
And there's a few occasions they might have to go to and check that require them to take damage.
MST taking it extra safe, getting this Shine Spark over to the second E-Tank here.
And this means both are leaving the sector at very close times. So we're gonna see where they decide to go next. I'm guessing probably Sector 3.
Without bombs, you suppose so? I mean, it's an option. Yeah, it's a pretty common option even. Yeah, looks like that's gonna be their play.
Yeah, there are 2 items you can check here, since with the difficulty setting being used, Sector 1 Spark is not meant to be required.
That's a good point. So they're very likely to find either missiles, which is most likely, or like maybe screw attack or something. There's Morph Ball.
Morph Ball. Oh. Yeah, they both got it. So.
There we go.
Looks like both are signing up to do a speed boost through a damage room. Flipside getting a little extra room to run with. And MST losing the spark, which is very easy to do because there's now a whole lot of leeway time doing this. And Flipside finding missiles. Very nice find to have. It put Sector 1 in the logic, especially with Morph Ball. Flipside falling into the lava though.
Oh no.
No, that's unfortunate.
If you're in the middle of the dash animation, might as well just continue from there. Oh, that's all the way back to start.
No safety save, so they have to do the intro part again. So right now they do not have any of their items. You hate to see it happen.
Yeah, it's really rough to have a 7-minute deficit right at the start, but with Randomizer, that hunt for the last item could take quite a while. There's still a chance for Flipside.
Yeah, like Flipside still has a knowledge of what items they did find, so they know where they should be going for some of these. Looks like MST is going back up, but yeah, a lot of this could come down to how they route their pathing later on.
Yeah, I believe they needed the 2 E-Tanks from Sector 2 in order to access that that missile data in Sector 3. And there's Gravity right there in main deck.
Early gravity is a very nice thing to see, and it is one of the things you just absolutely need to get to level 4 locks. And the 2 runners basically passing each other bys, one going up and one going down.
We'll see how Flipside does in round 2. Looks good. It's a double first try. It's twice as good as first try, right? High jump acquired.
Alright, that's marked on the tracker.
Yeah, so that Shine Spark is a pretty tight window. You do have to be in a very specific position, because if you just go to the top of the stairs and do a spark, you actually hit the blocks above the speed blocks, which are just regular solid walls. And also charge beam.
There is a lot of good stuff up above, so MST making a very good decision to come up here, it looks like. Sometimes the routing just works out really well for you like that.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were gonna check, if they were just gonna save and reset if they found nothing, but yeah, they absolutely want to keep these.
Fighting a Rakdos as well. They're gonna have to pick up at least one green X. Looks like they were trying to set up for a double, but they weren't able to get it this time. Flip just got to level 1 security. I need to add that, and that they have speed booster to the track.
Right, yes.
And flip side doing what they can to catch back up. MST making their way back.
So with that gravity suit, I'm guessing MST's inclined to go down into Sector 4 for, I guess, 2 checks? Maybe. Either that or just continue on into Sector 1 anyway.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see where their routing goes.
Sector 1.
Out.
It is more item dense, that's for sure, and it's very likely to be loaded.
Yeah, they have everything they need to get a lot of the items.
Yeah, they can full clear the normal first trip. For extra swag, let's see if they can pull off this.
No,
nope. Okay, they're just
they
gonna
got
have
caught with the turn frame before they were able to get a spin jump.
Yeah.
This time, flip side taking the safety save. They don't want to repeat.
MST has not opened up green doors. They don't have bombs quite yet.
Looks like getting the morph ball back.
So to note, they could technically open up green doors, but it's very rare for that to be worthwhile. Oh, wave beam. Unfortunately, downgrade for MST. It's going to help Flipside catch up a little.
Yeah, but we also consider once Flipside goes that direction, they're probably grabbing it all the same as well. Because we can't, nobody can tell what it's going to be until it's picked up. That's why it's the question mark block.
Yeah, we may have that. We may have graphics for that in the future. That would be nice. But for now, it's just a major item.
Yeah,
nice
that's
use of
why
the...
Go on.
Sorry, nice use of R shooting while on the monkey bars. You can shoot forward by switching to missiles without stopping in place. You could also do that while spin jumping, so you don't cancel your spin and lose all momentum.
Okay, flip side taking another safety save. Safety saves can be very handy just in case misfortune comes. MST getting ready to fight a boss right past this Ghidorah.
Yeah, they want to get rid of the door before they start charging a Shining Spark. With Wave Beam, they could check the item to the right. Wonder if we'll see that.
Yep.
And continuing to store the spark.
It was Power Bomb Tank. Not the most useful thing, but it does tell them they don't need to come back for it.
And this is pretty tough to actually kill these Hornodes on the way as you're speed boosting through. It does pull it off with the charged Wave Beam.
And now Flipside has the wave as well. They went straight to Sector 1 as their choice on routing.
So funny thing about the Wave Beam, people jokingly said that they found a bug, and they just said Wave Beam. And Kazuto is actually like, there is actually a bug regarding Wave Beam. The hitbox on the Wave Beam is actually different from the graphic because it inherits the, I guess because it inherits the hitbox from Wave Plasma Beam, or like the fully powered beam, the Wave Wide Beam and whatnot. So it actually is a different placement from where the graphic actually is.
I actually never realized that.
Yeah, neither did anyone else. So Kazuto found that out just like in random conversation.
Yeah, looks like MST is about to head out from this sector. Flipside nearing their encounter with the boss themselves. The Charge Corex. The door not treating them very kindly though. Getting a double definitely helps.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really tough to do with the eye doors because you do have to hit jump and shoot on the same frame in order to change the hitbox on or to change the position of the starting position of the missile, so that whenever you're spinning, you just kind of lose your arm cannon position, and that's where the shot originates. And so it just starts at an origin point, which happens to be the lower back side of Samus.
Now, Flipside gained the bomb data. Well, MST has delved into Sector 4. Since Flipside lost the spark for checking the item in the boss room, trying to get it back. Oh, there is a major down here on MSC's end.
Ice missiles. That's definitely a nice find.
And it also slightly increases the damage of missiles, plus 10 damage.
Yeah, that's double damage compared to base missiles. That's very nice. It's gonna be able to defeat Ceres in only 3 shots instead of the usual 5. Although they could also just use beams, which actually with wave wide beam, I think it's actually less damage than the base charge beam.
Yeah, we're gonna see if they actually decide. No, it doesn't look like they're gonna be visiting Ceres today.
That surprises me. I would think players would want to fight Ceres if they have Speed Booster, just to more cleanly check the behind Ceres and this check right here, which is really out of the way, that they're going to have to backtrack from later. But if this is a major item, it would save time to check this and not Ceres.
Yeah, and it is not anything they want. A power bomb tank is one of the least useful things you can find. Because power bombs are very situational where they're used. And you already start with 10 when you first get the main power bomb.
And on top of that, each eye door will drop a red X that will replenish effectively all your power bombs. I think it's a set amount, but it's way more than what you start with. Okay, so thankfully Flipside is checking the main deck and is going to be getting all these goodies. So what kind of gamble could Flipside make? I think they pretty much have to go into sector 3, right?
Yeah, most likely after they're done checking Arachnus, since they have the tools necessary to open green locks, which I can only presume is what MST is on their way to do right now. High jump for Flipside. And that is green doors for MST. And charge beam for Flipside.
Yeah, these checks could have been done pretty late, so Flipside might be feeling good about coming here. It's just unfortunate that so did MST.
Yeah. Flipside staying for the Arachnus fight.
So with high jump and ice missiles, MST could check quite a few more checks. Could check these 2 checks to the right here as well. And, well, with wave beam actually, it's faster to go through the gate.
So one of them is an E-tank. And power bomb tank.
One of these days I want to see someone go through here with... Actually, I don't know if they can with... Well, they can with Speed Boost and Wave Beam, I think. Although it's possible just doing crumble jumps to get over to the items. Maybe that'll be like level 4 difficulty or something.
MST making their way up towards the box location. Bob ended up being just a standard missile tank. He didn't feel very creative today. MSC recharging, so most likely gonna go forwards with the box fight. But with Wave Beam for this is very much not ideal for this fight. So this could be a very slow battle for them.
So normally it takes what, 10 missiles with supers, or 10 super missiles?
Yeah.
So it would take, I believe, 15. No. It's 300 damage by 20.
Yeah, that's about 15. So they have enough missiles. After the recharge room. Flip side finding space jump in Sector 2.
Nice.
So we can see where Flipside is differentiating, and Box was guarding a missile tank.
While I am surprised to see Flipside here in Sector 2, just because this is not so much of a wild play. Like I would kind of expect them to do just out there plays.
No.
Powerbomb data for MST that could be a huge red herring for them.
Yeah, it could end up being a optional thing. It opens up a decent number of tech for them, which could use up their time. Making your way out. And it's screw attack. That could also cause a lot of routing decisions that could pay off or could not.
So I was thinking about power bombs, and they do unlock a check down in lower Sector 3 that MST just came from. And having gotten that power bomb late in the cleanup, they're just gonna abandon that. Whereas Flipside may have the opportunity to route backwards through Sector 3 and get those power bombs first. So that could be very interesting.
They just got super missiles, so that's a firepower increase that's very welcome. Now though, if they fight Sazabi, which it looks like they are not, but to my understanding, Zazabi is based on hit count, not hit damage. So you can have all the missile upgrades in the world, but it won't help you defeat him faster. But now MST going into Sector 2. Where they will also diffusion.
Does Flipside have that?
I think where Flipside went was above Metroid. No, they wouldn't have access to it that fast, so they probably do. Good old Wave Beam missing that block that was right in front of him. It looks like MST already cashing out from Sector 2. And going to Sector 5. And now Flipside has the diffusion missiles. A major wide beam. That is
okay.
A very welcome find for MST. And an E-Tank, just giving him that little extra bit of survivability.
His beam issue is now fixed.
So where's Flipside on their way to? Sector 3. They still have not opened level 2 locks.
Yeah, this will also get them, I believe, their wide beam, unfortunately. But also power bombs and... Wasn't Various Suit here? No. Oh, interesting. They, it's gonna get them ice... No, ice was in Sector 4, wasn't it? So, it's gonna get them power bombs. There's a... They're pretty much caught up at this point for the most part. Once they unlock level 2 doors, they have just about the same important items.
And then right now, MSC checking item only to find a power bomb tank. Whereas we officially have level 2 doors from Flipside. MSC getting ready to dive into the water. Power bomb tank in the little freezer.
That was a nice use of diffusion to make some platforms out of the fish.
Yeah. I think they're gonna be checking to see if the items up here happen to be anything.
Also, Flipside is going to be getting power bombs on the way out, unfortunately.
Going for the energy tank.
Sure.
Now a whole lot of reason not to. Since it was on the way back.
I'm surprised they're coming out this way. They have 2 item checks on the right side. On their way up to the top anyway. Since they do have gravity and screw attack and speed boost.
MSC getting ready to get speed boost. Jumping over the missiles, they aren't keen on having them. Flipside might be making their way over towards the box themselves now. While MSC is now in lower 4. picking up the red X.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about the room. Pretty much the only thing.
Yeah, it's not a very fun room to go through for one check.
It does make you feel better about the other rooms, though. So, yeah, although all the other rooms in the game, they're not so bad.
Notice you gain a speed booster into that enemy. That gives us level 4 locks. Or MST. Oh.
As well as power bombs for flip side. We'll see how they make use of this.
Find power bombs in that room.
So they're gonna feel compelled to just gun it for level 4 doors and just check everything along the way, and that's unfortunately just going to eat up like a lot of their time. But they do have screw attack, so after that they could optionally head on into sector 6, perhaps before MST does.
Yeah, I was gonna say without space jump, they had to do some wall jumps to get up the wall and freezing the enemy. So now looks like you're gonna take the long way rather than wait for it to thaw.
Yeah. Additionally, Flipside does have opportunities to check on Sector 2 afterwards. Crumble City is right inside, and as well as the Zazabi, behind Zazabi checks, which never have anything, but they might. Maybe today, Plasma Beam behind Zazabi in Speed Highway.
That'd be quite something to see. But that is going to be the major item both runners are looking for at this point. With different tools on how to go about finding it. So it'll be interesting to see how their routing and checks differ while looking for the plasma beam. Flipside skipping on the checks towards Nightmare. And Red Data Room is another missile tank.
So Flipside is actually pretty much hot on MST's heels at this point. Has checked less of the other sectors. Well, maybe that's not even all that true. They checked quite a bit of sector 2 and 3 already.
And they're on their way to get their level 4 locks open.
And this screw attack has really proven to be saving a lot of time here.
And we see a safety save from MST. Due to a lack of... I believe they are lacking Varia suit still. So Ice X can still deal a lot of damage if they aren't careful. A major.
Oh,
Plasma beam.
there it is.
So that, I believe, puts them in go mode.
It does.
So outside of very unfortunate circumstances, it's probably going to MST.
Probably. Flipside won't be too far behind, but will be unfortunately behind. Okay, they are actually going through all these other lower Sector 4 checks.
MST on their way up. And understandably so. At Flipside making their way through lower Sector 4. Trying to get the last couple of checks for the area. The safety save. Always a very good idea. Especially because there is a chance if you were to kill SAX on the wrong frame, it can soft lock. That's why safety save is generally always a good idea.
They do have full beams, so Omega Metroid isn't going to be too big an issue, hopefully. It could be a bit squirrely if they miss the positioning on the shots, but other than that, oh, Flipside unfortunately is not going on into Sector 6 right away.
They're getting the power bomb check. It looks like in upper 4.
Yeah, fair enough. As well as Ceres. Or did... Oh, they haven't checked
they
these.
haven't been here.
Oh, they haven't been in Sector 4 at all. Okay. Right, this was where ice... Well, not here specifically, but Sector 4 is where ice missiles were.
Yeah, so... Unfortunately, Flipside will be a little further behind. But MSC, I mean, rather clean, if safely taken fight with the SAX and the Ice Core. And so, now MST activating the countdown. Now the only thing MST still has to do is make their way through to where the Omega Metroid is and defeat it. While Flipside is continuing to clean up their Sector 4. Yeah, without Screw Attack, it's a slow way down. Flipside realizing that there was a major here, which I believe was the ice missiles. Yep, so Flipside gets ice missiles.
To destination.
Omega Metroid doing their best Ridley impression, but they don't quite have the strong enough vocals to match it.
MSC trying to take it safe because they do still have limited health. And there it is. And that is time for MST. Just as Flipside is entering Sector 6, where they're gonna find their reward. So Flipside is on their way to do the same thing. That death in the early stages in Sector 3, I believe that's definitely what cost them in the end. Because it was relatively close.
I do wonder how much it changed their routing afterwards, if at all. Because they were still doing what looked to be normal checks. So yeah, it probably would have just been that. They're about 4 or so minutes away from finishing, so it would have been a really close race.
Yeah, it's still a close race. But this also shows why safety saves can be very handy sometimes. Especially when you are going to be going into a damage room. So, Flipside activating the going for the refreeze strategy. Very cleanly done.
And that's the Hornode down. I like how Hornode is the very first enemy and the second form of the SAX at the same time.
Overall, very clean SAX fight from Flipside. Activating their propulsion sequence as well now. So they are on their way to the Omega. Like I said at the start of this though, this was game 1 for a best of 3. These two already scheduled to have their second race after the first one. So if you want to watch their second race, you can stick around to catch it. And here we have the Omega for the second time.
$33 in game time. It'll probably be a bit lower on flip sides in game time. It depends on a lot on screen transitions as well, though. So the time can vary quite a bit.
Okay, nicked once. Okay, nicked again. Oh, none of those were hitting, so now they're in, What?
Double swipe. Yeah, sometimes you could get hit twice as you're, like, getting knocked away. That happens from time to time.
That is unfortunate, but at least they had a safety save for the SAX fight. Oh. Was not able to set it up again.
That's a nice shot of the flare. Comes out of the arm cannon. That actually does extra damage if you're close enough to the enemies.
Oh, they must have ended up taking a death. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. The SAX is, if it gets away from you, it's definitely not, it's not free.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where either you keep it in control or there's just always going to be that risk.
That's better. Yeah, if you're accustomed to speedrunning, like anytime you just trading shots. All right. Anytime you miss the quick kill, it can spiral out of control very fast.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! One hit from anything and it's over for them. So they're definitely gonna want to wait until the Ice X is in, stuck in a diagonal. They did not want to risk accidentally getting shot.
It's so weird that that's a thing.
It getting stuck diagonally like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get it either. You'd think it would get stuck like facing you, but all of the X's are in that style.
And live in Texas, as I'm told.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination planet SR 388. Propulsion sequence activated. Destination planet SR 388.
So yeah, with 41 health, they can survive one swipe. The first swipe from the Omega Metroid, it will deal 40 damage.
And that is one of the nice things about this encounter. Is it just reduces you to 1 regardless of your health.
Although if you were to try to swag out and jump into the claw, it wouldn't really save time. Yeah, but you could accidentally pop the chin and just take a full tank of damage and die.
Now we have the SAX who have to come back and say hello. It's like, Vanguard! SAX is not so lucky. They get reduced to 0.
To destination.
The immediate tap. Not going well so far. They're right up against the wall. And...
I actually don't know what happens if you have 1 HP and get hit. I haven't been at exactly 1 going into the fight.
Dang, that'd be really hard to actually set up without just editing in some way. And there we have Omega down and Flipside. A rough ending, but that is time. GG to both runners for race 1.